Hiya, I'm Kyle Castile and welcome to That Salon Podcast.
That Salon Podcast. That Salon Podcast.
Welcome back to That Salon Podcast. We're currently filming episode number 7. We've got Summer with me today and we're going to get to know her in a little while. But I want to speak about my week very, very quickly. So I am a stressed boy right now, yeah? I've got so much going on business-wise, which you know about, and I'm not going to say too much because you'll see it come in, and I'm so excited. But yeah, we'll get into it a little bit more as we go along. It's been an hard week for me, and your boy's tired. But we're going to do some quick fire questions with Summer. We've not got no Isabel today because she's prioritising clients over me. Can you believe it? Rude. So I've not got my pod pad, so I'm going to wing it. So, Summer, what is your current job title? I'm just going off the ones I already know or remember.
I'm a stylist at the Kyle Castile.
Are you?
Yeah.
Obviously, I know that. Right, so this is so the audience can get to know you, so feel free to expand a little bit, when I ask you the questions. Yeah. So, out of all the hairdressing, what is your favourite thing to do?
Probably a balayage.
I love a ballet.
Yeah, it's just...
And what's your worst thing to do?
Probably a scalp bleach.
Really? I love a scalp bleach. When Sarah watches this, she's going to be like...
Summer. No, I just feel like... I just don't like them that much.
Yeah, they can be hard. They can be.
They can be very hard, yeah.
Okay, and when your time demises on this world, where do you want your ashes scattered?
Well, that's a question I never thought about.
Anywhere now in the world off the ball, where would you think?
Hawaii.
Hawaii,
Yeah.
Cute. Okay, and then what is your worst habit as being a human being?
Probably swearing.
Swearing?
Yeah.
You don't swear.
Oh.
And what is your best habit, would you say?
Come
on, Summer, we know you love yourself.
I don't actually know.
You don't know? Do you know what I think your best habit is, like knowing you, is you have a switch. And like this switch, it's something not that many people have. And I think people who go far have this switch. So like you can be fuming, angry, whatever, sassy. The minute that client walks in, you switch.
Yeah.
And it's like an automatic, hey, how you doing?
Yeah. I feel like you have to be though in this industry.
Yeah, you've got to be. We're fake as fuck.
Yeah, we really are. If you don't like prioritise your client and like you're not nice to them, then it's bad on your behalf.
Yeah, definitely. So out of all of your hairdressing career right now, what do you feel like is a monumental moment for you where you thought, I did that?
Become a stylist.
Becoming a stylist.
Yeah.
How long have you been a stylist for now?
About a year and a half. Or coming up.
2 years.
Yeah, about maybe 2 years.
Yeah. And Summer's been with us since she was 12.
Yeah.
So what's one fact about you that you don't think anybody would know?
I don't know.
Summer, what's just happened recently?
Oh, I just got engaged.
Hey, Summer got engaged. Whoop, whoop. So congratulations on your engagement. I feel like we've bored everyone enough now with telling you who you are.
Yeah.
But now I do want to know about your week because you've been off work this week, which is not happening again.
No.
So tell us about your week, Summer. What's happened? Where have you been? What have you been up to?
So I've been on holiday with
which
my
I've
family.
not approved. Yeah. Go on.
And so I went on Monday and we went really late at night. And when we got there, the whole caravan was flooded.
I got the pictures, it was bad.
Someone had broken into our caravan and literally, so they've turned the tap on and turned it around the other side so it goes on the counter and it's just flooded everywhere. They took our toilet roll and our towels and yeah.
See, do you think actually somebody broke in or do you think they just not cleaned it?
Probably both.
Because towels and toilet roll is a pretty standard turnaround, that,
but
innit?
You know what? I feel like someone just thought, fuck it, I'm just going to take it. It was awful.
What did your mum and Craig think?
Well, they wasn't very impressed.
Tell her what you got for compensation.
We got Burger King.
I'll sleep outside for a Burger King.
Love a Burger King. We got a free meal each, so It was enough, I guess.
Was it? And was the very apologetic? Because like I would have pushed it that far, me, because I can be a fucking Karen. Like where I'd have been like, oh no, I want another holiday. I want compensation.
Well, he said to us, you rather let us clean it or you go home. And I was like, what?
Big up Press Dave and Sands, that
Yeah.
10 out of 10 customer service.
Yeah, there was like, if you give us a few hours to clean it, then you can come back.
So I just want to give you a bit of backstory though, guys, right? So Summer's mum turned around and said to Summer, right, Summer, I want to take you away. You can go anywhere you want. She picked Press Dave and fucking Sands. Anywhere in the world she wants.
Yeah, but it's
Press
a
Dave and
childhood.
Sands. I know, but the
place.
thing is though, like Summer had a bit of trauma a few years ago and then she went away to Press Dave and Sands, didn't you? And I think that was like your biggest, like, because you was happy and you were having fun.
Yeah.
But now she's an adult. So did you go and go, fuck,
I went, what am I doing?
what am I doing here?
I'm not going to go on the goat carts and I'm not going to go in the swimming pool.
No, you want a WKD and a fag now,
Yeah,
so I'm going somewhere. So there's normally when I do podcasts, I like to alternate my guests, like sometimes with maybe an influencer or someone in the industry. But this time I really, really wanted Summer on just because I felt it fit the theme. I've spoke about her a couple of times in other episodes, and I'm not saying it for like cheese ball effect, but I think out of my whole entire career and someone who's inspired me a lot, and she doesn't realise it, Summer's probably one of my biggest accomplishments. I'm going to say personally. So why do you think one of my biggest accomplishments, Summer, and why do you think you formed my future and the way it's going now?
Because I went through a lot.
She was a
growing
fucking
up.
twat.
I was horrible. And I just really struggled in school, and I just didn't really have much future ahead of me if I didn't, do something about it. And you brought me onto the salon and took me in like family.
Yeah. So
And
to give you some backstory, Summer struggled quite a lot when she was younger. She had a lot of things that she wasn't in control of that did happen to her. And then her mum decided, well, because she won't fucking go, to deregister from school. So me and Summer's mum are very, very close. And she was saying, like, I don't know what's going to happen. And obviously I own this salon. So I was like, do I want a cocky 12-year-old in the shop? And I thought, free labour. I'm not joking. She got paid. So we brought Summer on board. And then as I seen Summer, she challenged everybody a lot.
Yeah.
Like, she was a fucking turd. Challenged me a lot. And then it was dead weird because, like, this one day, no matter how much shit you gave everyone because you was hurting, it was like this one day I turned around and said to us, like, look, you've been a Joey for a long time now. I want to make you a stylist. So it's not the traditional form because most people have to go to college, blah, blah, blah. But truthfully, our industry is unregulated. So you don't actually need certification to practice. However, someone does have it now. But and then it was like a switch overnight. You just grew up into a woman. It was so mad to watch, like insane. So me going through that process with Summer and actually having to spend one-to-one and like dealing with her, really, I wanted to get her in a fucking headlock. And seeing her blossom into this successful woman she's become, that inspired me to like, I'm going to go to uni. I want to be a teacher. I want to change more people's lives. I want to have an impact on the industry and who's coming through it or who I can get into it that might save them. Because I think hairdressing saved you.
Yeah, definitely.
I do. Definitely do. It's an incredible industry, innit?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't be here today if I didn't have this happen.
Oh, you little cute dick.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. It's saved my life.
It's a hard job though, isn't it?
Hard.
It is hard.
Very,
it's
very
amazing, but
hard.
it's hard. Like, I think
It's very rewarding.
it's very, very rewarding.
Yeah.
And I think the people who we work with have a massive impact as well. Like,
Because we're all so close, we're like family.
yeah, you got to see us at the Christmas rush though. Oh, we're fucking vile to each
We
other.
want to kill each other.
Like, I'm like, fucking move now. And people are like, shut up, you dickhead. And I'm like, you fucking fat bitch, move. Like that. And then, like, later on at the end of the shift, we like give this look to say, I don't hate you, it was the rush.
Yeah.
Summer, I just want to know, sorry to jump in. Like, so if you're, what, like 12, 13, 14, 15, like, how do you, so say you've got a client coming in, they're not going to expect you to be that young.
I used to make a lie.
Did you? I was going to say, how do you deal with that? Like, because you don't want anyone, you're there in your own right. Like, how do you deal with, like, people maybe like preconceptions? Because you've studied hard at that point. At 15, you know more than some 18-year-olds, some 21-years-olds.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with that? Like, I know, like Kyle said, like, you lied about your age, but how do you have the confidence to overcome that?
You didn't.
I feel like you just have to put on a front.
Yeah,
like,
you do.
You have to seem confident because otherwise that client's not going to trust you to do the hair.
Yeah.
We used to go about it though at two ways, didn't we? So like we used to go about it in the way where Summer would, I know it's probably wrong for me to do, but I'm not misleading people because I don't think age, a skill has an age. I don't think that you can say that. You train when you train and that's it. So like Summer would go at it and I'd be like, right, just don't mention your age. Just don't say anything because I don't want this person to lose trust. And then the second part of it where we was honest. We said like, she's a young girl training, she's not been in school. And then people actually wanted to help her.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
they did, didn't they? They wanted to help you. But Rach, did I ever tell you when we got done for child slavery because of Summer?
I've heard about it.
Fucking hellfire. So this one day, this woman comes in the salon with a briefcase. Not briefcase, what they called them, things that you put paper on.
Clipboard.
A fucking clipboard, yeah.
Yeah.
So she comes in with a clipboard and she's like, we've had reports that you've got children working here. So I'm like, yeah, well, mentally or physically? Because there's a few. So she said they've had reports of someone working there who was under the age of 16 and asked if we had a child licence. Now, in our industry, it's very, very typical of normally to have a teenager, you're still in school, working on a Saturday and being paid 30 quid for the day. That is just the industry and how it goes, and it's how many people. It's how I got into the industry. Yeah. So it's then I found out I actually had to apply for a child employment license, and it was ridiculous. Like she can work 4 hours a week, she can't work Saturday and Sunday, she can't work past 3 o'clock, and I'm like, mate, you clearly don't know what fucking hairdressing's like because that cannot happen. No. So we did do our own thing. Sorry, Tameside Council Child Protection Unit, whatever. So we did do our own thing, and the education got involved then, didn't they? Yeah. So as the education was like basically saying a salon isn't a suitable education environment. Now, Summer will tell you off her own back of experience, it is.
Yes. Yeah.
So me as a qualified teacher now, you have to include in every education setting maths and English, British values, and just certain assessment periods that you do to ensure that learning's taking place. So I'm like, right, you go, come on, education, you go mix me up a colour that's 1 to 1, 1 to 0.5, or 1 to 3, or 2 to fucking 1. You tell me pigments and work them out. So you put 6 and 9 together and tell me what percent you're getting and blah, 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 blah. That's exactly what I went in with. And I said, this is what she's doing off the bat daily.
Yeah.
That's in it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm learning.
And then English, you're on the inbox, you're replying to customers, you're replying to comments. Open discussion is classed as English. So don't fucking come at me. No. Anyway, I had to go and sit in meetings. Do you remember when I went to that meeting with your mum in the school? Yeah. Oh, I'm a fucking beast to me in a meeting room. I am. And I'm like, she's like, well, we don't have the resource. And I'm like, but you're basically saying because you've not got the resource, you're letting this kid down. But then you're telling that she needs to be in something or a mum's going to get in trouble, but then you're not providing it. It doesn't make sense. But that's the education system. It's fucked. Yes. So we put it together, didn't we? And she was allowed to stay with us. For as much as we wanted, as long as we provided maths, English. Was it just maths and English?
Yeah. Was it science? But it is really science though, because
it's chemistry.
Scientists.
Yeah, it's chemistry. So yeah, that's how you ended up becoming to who you are today. And now she sits as a 17, 18, whatever year old woman and earning the money that a 30 to 40-year-old would be earning. Yeah. She's more successful than people her age who went to college now on the way to uni. And even when they finished uni, they won't be earning the money she's earning. Please tell me where the system's wrong there. Do you know what I mean? How does it add up? Why does education and schools not know what makes successes out of people like you? Yeah. I know they tell you you've got to go and sit in a classroom just for it all to go fucking wrong anyway.
Not everyone's the same.
I wasn't the same. My story is very, very similar to yours. I wasn't in school from year 9. You didn't even get there.
But no, I didn't.
Yeah, and I remember teachers used to say to me, Kyle, when you're 30, you'll look back and you'll think, oh, you were right. No, I still think you was a dickhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I left, all of us early school leavers. I managed to get to year 11 and then it pissed me off in year 9 because I really wanted to choose media studies. And my English teacher told me I wasn't thick enough to do media studies.
Oh,
and I had to
savage.
I had to do English lit. She was like, no, you're not thick enough to do media. You have to do English lit. And I remember my uni interview on Media City. And my uni lecturer turned around and was like, not thick enough. Like, are we all thick? Like, just stood out over the building of the BBC, just like looking at all these people that, like, you know, it's mad. People just try to put you in boxes. Like,
yeah, the academics have no appreciation for artistic stuff like what we do, because even though what you do, Rachel, as a producer and as an editor and blah blah blah, it is a creative field. It's got to be. We are in a creative field, so they're called vocational fields, aren't they? Normally, and people don't respect it. So even like when at the minute I'm doing my MA in education, yes, because I am smart now. Me doing that when I'm sat in this room with all these, like at the minute I've got pilots, I've got fucking engineers and all that in this classroom that I'm in, and I'm like, I'm an hairdresser. There's definitely a divide. I do think though, for people out there who struggle in school and they've got an artistic flair and they probably think that's their more whatever, but hairdressing, you've got to say this summer, you've got to love it.
Yeah, you do. It's a love it or hate it job.
It's not something that's just going to save people from school.
No.
It's really, really not. It takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication. There's so much more that goes into it than what you think.
I feel like how you feel on that day depends on how well you do.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
With the hair. Like, if you're angry and miserable, it's going to affect the hair that you do.
Yeah. It's
Because
like acting as well, isn't it? Like, if you've got to try and channel your energy.
If you've got something going on, you can't show your client that. You've got to put on this brave face. You know, you've got to be okay, happy. You know, get on with it. When really other things could be going on.
Yeah,
but you can't show that because then they might think, oh.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's what got you through, because you had to put that brave face on everything. Like, you know, if you're at school, you're in a classroom, you got 50 minutes there to just sit and think about stuff. Whereas if you're in that environment, you can't stop. Maybe that's what got you through, you know, like doing that and being like, right, I've got to be, oh, hi, like that type of thing.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's been a few times when I've gone in the kitchen and someone's been in tears over something, but it's never been over being at work or learning about it. It's always been if the client's been a dick to her. Yeah. Because she wants to drag her over the counter, and I'm like, you can't.
Yeah, I do.
You're going to have to go out there and kill her with kindness. Do you know what I mean? And you've done that a few times, haven't you? But I think overall, though, do you consider yourself now as a successful person?
I do.
Because you should. You should be very, very proud of your accomplishments, what you've got. And these opportunities are out there for everybody. You've just got to ask. Like, I remember being 12, even though I worked at my uncle's salon, when you used to, like, because hairdressing back then when you were learning, the owners and managers were fucking brutal. They were dickheads. Like, I remember having bins through at me. Sorry, Ian, if you're watching this, but it's true. Had bins through at me. It was like I was basically the bitch. But after I proved myself, it did put me on hair. And that is something I can't ever think about. I didn't like him back then because he was my boss, and I don't think anyone likes the bosses did when we were younger. And like, I remember my mum sitting me down and my mum said to me, she went, fucking use him. She went, look at him, watch him and learn, and watch everything that he does, the way he does his books, the way he puts money in a till, the way he speaks to his clients, the way he does things. And that, I remember that like it was yesterday. My mum sat there and saying, use him. Yeah. And I did. And I genuinely, as much as I hated the experience when I was younger, I'm very, very grateful to Ian now because he doesn't know, but he taught me a lot more than how to do a skin fade. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I'd be able to run a business if I didn't have him as an example where I thought, I'm fucking watching you and I'm coming for you. And I did.
Yeah, you did.
Cute 10 years with Summer with her own podcast.
She's that contracted in. Ian didn't contract me and soz about you. There's a non-compete in that contract. No, I'm not like that. If you ever said to me that you wanted to open your own shop or whatever,
you'd help me.
I would help you, and then I'd set it on fire.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So then the puck and go out to the police. What are you talking about? I help paint the walls with alcohol. But yeah, I think overall, you are a shining example to kids out there who think they haven't got a way to go. Do you know what I mean? And you make me feel old as well, I've got to admit that, because from her being a little turd and now she's like a woman engaged, and I'm like, shit, am I crusty now? Is this it? Am I finished? Am I over? Rachel, you're the same age as me, so... Oh, no.
I'm older than you.
Oh, yeah, shit, you are.
God. I'm still a
So
fetus.
I'm technically the second youngest in this room.
I remember when I came in and she was like that young. I remember her.
She was a baby, wasn't she?
Yeah, with blonde hair.
Yeah. I remember when I used to go out to Summer, well, no, she always did what I said, but like if one of the other seniors would say, "Somebody make me a client," Bruce should go, no.
I don't like you. Why are you talking to me?
Would she take to the staff? She'd be like,
I don't like you.
I don't like you. No, I'm not doing anything
I don't
for you.
respect you. I only respect Kyle. I'm only listening to him. And then if he'd go home, that's it. I'd kick off.
That's why probably you were always nice to me then, because I've only ever been Kyle's client. He always used to be cheating from the shop.
We had a senior who worked at the shop, and every hairdresser has that day, Rachel, right, where the client's fucking losing hair, and you're gonna smirk because you know what I'm gonna say. So Amy was having this day, but it wasn't that bad. Yeah, she was communicating with a client and saying like, look, I don't know what's gone wrong because she's done all of tests and whatever, but you're losing quite a lot of hair. So she's like, don't show me, it's fine, cut off what you need to. I knew the risk myself because she lied and was talking about bleach or whatever. So Amy's trying to not make a panic and brushing all this hair out at the back. Summer walks, Summer goes, oh my God, all your fucking hair's falling out.
Yeah. What? Why is all the hair falling out, Amy?
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? So she's sitting around and going, fucking move.
Yeah, she went, fuck off, Summer.
But she was that angry and aggressive. The said girl, had to ring Summer's mum and apologise. But though, I actually do want to talk about that. There's always been a conflict with our world, I suppose you could say. And then, because you're not a younger person anymore, you're an adult.
Yeah.
But when you was a younger person, like, there was always like this conflict of, is she a child or is she an adult? Because of Summer's previous trauma, she's had to grow up very quickly. Very, very, very quickly. So I think us as a salon and the staff would forget that, wow, she's 14 at the time.
Yeah.
So we would involve her in a lot of adult discussions, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then Summer would get upset. And then her mum would ring me and be like, she's 14. I'd be like, yeah, I know, but I can't protect her from the discussions. And as much as Kathy's one of my best friends in the whole entire world and I'd do anything for her, but that was the one thing where I thought, there's no solution. There is absolutely no solution. She's rather going to have to lump it or like it.
Yeah.
Like, someone could go like that, like, I don't know, she was touchy back in day. She could go, right, Summer, you're taking the piss now. Do you know what I mean? Speak as if you would, and she'd be like, what are you fucking talking to? Do you know what I mean? Then go and ring her mum, then her mum wanted to kill me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was definitely in our transition. So for anyone out there who's sort of caught in the mix in between of being a kid and being an adult and being in an adult environment all the time, what would your advice be to them?
Just get on with it. Like, no, that
No,
sounds
you're right.
horrible.
No, you're absolutely right.
But just get on with it. Like, you know, you've got to go through things that you probably won't like. And just know that one day you'll be successful.
And I think something important as well in your adult environment, don't take it personally.
No, don't. Just, don't take it personally.
Feedback is
good. The best thing for you. Because without it, and if someone's saying to you all the time, oh, you're doing amazing, then you're going to have the standard for yourself.
Yeah.
Feeling like...
Which people are very good at doing that with kids.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like me as a teacher, I was like, I probably did swear. I was going to say I didn't swear, but I probably did. Shit that. It's shit that. Let's do it again, but let's do it this way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like you need that because if you're being told that you're doing something good all the time, you're not going to have like this thing where you think, I could do better.
Yeah.
You can always do better. You know, there's nothing where you can't do better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I completely get. And I think it's also important that you're instilling in people young to constantly, once you've achieved a goal, set another.
Yeah.
And you're only going to do that by feedback.
Yeah.
It's not criticism, it's constructive criticism, isn't it?
But try and telling a kid what that is.
Yeah,
that's true. Well,
because they'll think you're just being an ass.
Yeah.
And especially someone who's not their parent.
Yeah.
So it was a real difficult one. And like sometimes, like when Kathy used to come around to mine, and she still does come around to mine, and I'd walk in, I'd make eye contact and I'd go, fuck, she's going to give me something at this point. Yeah. It was true, but it's funny though, because then people you used to clash with are probably your closest people now you're a bit older. Yeah, because you can see and respect where they were coming from. Yeah. And now because we have fucking juniors at the shop now, she does it to them.
Getting her own back.
Yeah. I used to say some file.
I used to say to Summer, like, wait till you're a stylist and we've got other juniors. You will be in your element. And she is. Yeah, she fully is. But you're quite independent though, as well as a stylist.
Yeah.
Really,
I don't ask for a lot. I mean, if I'm busy, I'll go, can you make me kind of brew? But I always say please and thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not arsey with it.
No, why would you be? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no need. I feel like also in the salon industry, there's a lot of people that have had bad experiences being a junior.
Yes, there is. Oh, definitely. It's like Sarah, as you know. Sorry, fucking hell, it sound like I'm like with her every day. She's my BFF now. BFF. But SLK Bleach, she is a big, massive advocate of how juniors are treated. Now, I think because most juniors are employed, when they're employed by the salon and they're not as skilled, they're treated like skivvies. They've got nothing else to do. And I feel sorry for juniors out there now, because when you're a junior at my shop, you're doing clients.
Yeah, you are.
85% of the time you are doing clients. I still expect you to keep this salon tip top and looking after whoever, but the flip side of it is that you're also self-employed. You are paid for what you work. Do you know what I mean? And then you'll pay me a reduced minimal rent for the space. If you don't work, if you don't have clients, you don't pay rent.
And I feel like
why
that's
can't
how you
everywhere set
learn.
up? Why can't everywhere be set up like that? Because you know yourself, I could sit when I used to sit there in a like classroom setting with you and go through theory. You know you didn't learn that until it happened.
No, you have to be hands-on.
You have to be hands-on.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't just draw a picture and be like, right, that's how you do it. You can go do a full head of files, off you go. You have to be taught it.
Yeah. So
You
why
have to
don't
make
me and you
mistakes.
then? Because I've spoke about it loads, but I've not done anything about it. Me and you together, we can pitch and come up with a foolproof system, and we'll take it to City and Guilds and go, this is our project for a self-employed junior.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Junior stylist, let's see what we can do. Find holes in it, and we'll come back to you.
Yeah.
But I've got now 3 cases of successful people who've been self-employed juniors, and they're thriving.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
How many employed juniors do you know that are going on to level 3 and still not touched anyone's hair in the salon they're in? Loads.
A lot.
Loads.
Yeah.
But though, let's think of it this way now. So we've talked about something a little bit serious, but let's have a bit of fun. Should we now listen to some voice notes that people are sending? Well, it's actually not people. This is like one of my besties in the world.
Yeah.
You might have seen her on my TikTok and I'm on hers. She's Holly Modlinski. So it's Holly Louise 93 on TikTok. She sent us a voice note from one of her hair mares. Should we have a listen?
Let's have a listen.
This is the perfect opportunity for us to just take a second and kind of unpack what's happened to
So we have got now someone else's nightmare, which I said before. It's Holly Modlinski, my G. I've just fucking noticed this has fell down again. Do you know how many times Rachel says, pull that up?
Yeah.
Pull that up. Just fucking give up.
We just need a bigger one.
Yeah, we do just need a bigger one. Yeah, I love this when this come. I was walking around my house with it for days, moving.
I'll put the picture up. I've got the
Moving.
picture on. I'll put it up.
Picture put on. Right, so as Isabel, the sellout, isn't here, I've not got the podcast, so I'm going to have to play it through my phone.
Okay.
So just try and listen as carefully as you can. And let's listen to Holly's hair mare. Yeah.
Let's go.
Here is a story for you. So it was about 4 years ago, and I am very, very grey, and I was sick to death.
She is literally so grey. Actually, I have to do her roots like every 2 weeks.
Yeah, she's in the salon all the time.
She is.
Of dyeing my hair black every 10 to 14 days. So I decided I want blonde hair. No hairdresser would touch me with a barge pole because I had jet black hair. And so I put it out on Instagram and Facebook, and this girl in Salford said, I'll do it for you. I went to a house. It was £40 or £50.
Red flag.
40 or £50 and at someone's house.
Red flag.
Red flag.
She had me over the bath. She'd put all the bleach on, done whatever she needed to do.
Do you know what though, right? When I was a mobile hairdresser, it's so fucking awkward washing people's hair over the bath. Oh, it's bad. I'm like, I've not had a woman bent over in front of me for years.
She put me over the bath, and all I could see was clumps of my hair coming out.
There's no fucking hiding it when it's in someone's bath, is there though?
Because
it's
it'll
like,
fall in front of him.
do you want to sit there and think, no, like in my early days when I were mobile, like if I ever did have someone's hair who broke or whatever, I wouldn't know. Because
No.
they washed it off themselves upstairs. They'd be like, it's really, really awkward. I'm a man, we're in a short space, I'm leaning over you and stuff. I'm not comfortable. I prefer it if you'd go and wash your own hair off.
Yeah.
If we had a backwash, I'd wash it, no problem. So yeah, there's no hiding it because it'd be like, oh, there's my hair.
There's
Oh
a
my
clump.
God, did I put the plug in? No, it's my fucking hair. Do you know what I mean?
Now, at this point of my life, it was just after COVID. I had no extensions. I had hair down past my bra strap. It was thick, so thick. I had loads of natural, gorgeous hair, and it was just coming out in clumps and clumps and clumps. And yes, she got me bleach blonde in one sitting, but holy cow, I look like Drop Dead Fred.
Like, yeah, she got me bleach blonde in one sitting. No, she didn't. She gave you a skin fade
Yeah.
and blonde fucking roots.
Yeah.
Because that's all that was left. But it's reminding me, though, because me and Holly did a skit on TikTok. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Rachel?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so she sat there with long black hair and she's like, I want to go blonde. And I'm
I
like,
saw it. Yeah,
yeah, and we put a bald cap on it. Do you know people are not watching that and still hating? On
Hating?
Instagram. Yeah, they're hating like, you as a professional hairdresser. I'm like, fucking watch the full video, Karen.
Facebook
Do you know
people
what I mean?
in comments
They're
are
savage,
vile.
aren't
They're
they?
vile.
Shit on the carpet, shit on the floor. It was horrendous. And then I have to go to another hairdresser, spend thousands on hair extensions and Olaplex and all that jazz way back when. And it's finally in good condition now, 4 years later.
It's only in good condition because I do it, Holly.
Yeah, because Kyle does it.
So this is the thing though, when it like Holly saying that she bought Olaplex. Once your hair is fried, it's fried. Yeah, the only thing you can do is preventative rather than a cure.
Yeah.
The only thing that's going to help that hair is to let it grow and let it rest. But going black to blonde is impossible. And I think a lot of people, when they are going lighter, we have a term in hairdressing, it's called blonderexia. They do though, don't they? Blonderexia. I'm not blonde enough. I'm not blonde enough. I'm not blonde enough.
You're white.
Show them a colour book and they pick fucking clear. Clear's not a colour. I've said this a few times on this pod now.
Yeah.
Clear is not a fucking colour.
Yeah.
It's to water down a colour. Stop picking it. Whereas you get to a level 10 blonde, a golden blonde, that is the brightest you're going to be. That's why bleach blonde always looks so harsh, innit? Because that's how bright it is.
Yeah.
So when you actually see white is a neutral or a cooler shade of that yellow blonde. And what does Ash do, Summer?
Eliminates yellow.
Eliminates yellow. Well, Violet eliminates yellow. But
Well, yeah.
but what does Ash do when you put it on someone's hair that's dead bright and reflective? What's it going to do? Ash,
Dull it.
It's going to dull it.
Yeah.
So Ash absorbs light, gold reflects light. You want to be bright, you need to be neutral or a golden blonde.
Yeah.
Innit? You do.
Yeah. But then when you say this, they say, I feel yellow.
Yeah, I'm
But-
still seeing yellow. Fuck off. Have you seen that meme? What is it? No, the video. Is it called Colours by Carlos? He's actually just followed me on Instagram and I'm so fucking girl fanning. And he's like, he's got his tube like that and he's mixing his tone and he's mixing it. And then he puts it all on and it's like the silver hair and she goes, I still see yellow. And he goes like, fuck off. Like, boots his toner. I love that. Colours by Carlos, girl fanning. But yeah, blonderexia is real. Silver shampoo is not going to fix all your problems.
No, it's
and if
not.
you are black and you want to go to blonde, prepare for a year or two of the process.
Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race. And the people who take that advice, you'll thank me later on.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Unless you want no hair.
Unless you want to be bald, yeah. Unless you want a rock and haircut like me. But do you know what? I do it all the time, don't I? I've not done it in ages, actually.
No, you haven't. You've been dead good.
I've been dead good. So I'm naturally blonde. I look fucking ill when I'm naturally blonde. So, and I've just been dark since I was 14. So it might shock you, but I used to be a model for JD years ago. And they dyed my hair dark. So when they dyed my hair dark, I've just stayed up with it ever since because I can't stand roots. And you know, as a natural blonde, when you're dark,
Yeah.
your roots look 3D off your
Yeah,
head,
you
don't
look like you've got a shave and shaved.
they? It does.
You're parting, so you're just bald here.
Just completely bald.
Yeah.
So when they did it, I just carried on with it. But every so often, every 3 months or so, I hate my black hair. I'm going back blonde, and I would get it black to blonde in a day.
Yeah.
But it'd always result in a week or two, I'd have a number 2 on top.
Yeah. Just shave it all off.
And dye it back black.
Dye it black.
It's just a safety comfort, though, isn't it? It
Yeah.
is. Right, so thanks for Holly for sending your voice notes in. If you do want to send any voice notes in, it's thatsalonpodcast@gmail.com. We've not got easy to read the number out. What we're going to do.
Oh my God.
What are we going to do? Do you know what? I'm just going to get it up on my phone. Bear with me a minute.
World falls apart with no easy.
Yeah. Is a smell.
Is a smell out.
Is a smell out, yeah. Right, so the number is, I'm going to do it so much better than Isabel. 07356 086 509. That is 07356 086 509. That's the WhatsApp number. People keep texting it. Stop fucking texting it. I'm not going to reply. You need to send it on a WhatsApp so we have the digital file that has been sent to us. I'm dead grateful. And please keep sending it in. That'd be amazing. So at the end of the podcasts, I do like to give my guests an opportunity to talk about something they think's important or something on a more serious note or just anything you've got to say, Summer.
Yeah.
So what would you like to say?
So as we were talking about mental health,
Yeah.
is a very, very big thing in people's lives.
Yeah.
You know, if anyone's had like any suicidal thoughts or anything, do you know there's help out there? And that life does get better and it's very worth living and you're very loved.
Oh, that was so cute. No, I agree. Like, mental health is such a massive topic in the world that we live in now. I do think a lot of the time it can be weaponized.
Yeah.
And I do think on the flip side, like, I've seen real mental health. Not a lot of people know this, but years ago when I was a hairdresser, I came out of it and I went to university to be a paramedic.
Yeah.
I qualified as a paramedic. Now, I can tell you they are the heroes that don't wear capes. Like, the amount of shit I had to deal with. I think that's why I dealt with you so well.
Yeah, because you've already been through it with...
Yeah, myself as a personal and all. I've
Yeah.
lived my own since being 16. It wasn't easy. But I think that's how I dealt with you so well. And I
Yeah.
think mental health, a lot of people have mental health issues who don't know.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have mental health issues who really push it and use it as a bit of a coat of a hammer in a way.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Life is beautiful. It is definitely worth living. The help out there. I know I've had CBT counselling. I know you've had CBT counselling.
Yep.
I remember going into that room and this woman like, what was it over? I can't remember. I think it was after I got stabbed.
Bloody
It
hell.
was. I know.
Bloody hell.
I'm still here. And like I sat in this room with her and I was like, oh, don't need to be here. Cringe. Ew. Like that. And then all of a sudden she's talking about my dad. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what's this? And I'm fucking crying my eyes out.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
who are you? Go away. But you know me as a person, I'm quite a tough, hard person
Yeah.
when it comes
Yeah.
to my mind and stuff. Like, very, very people get past me and very, very little things affect me.
Yeah.
But recently, though, out of the blue, probably some of you have seen me post on social media, is my mental health has took a wobble.
Yeah.
And I didn't really recognise it until I thought, oh my God, I am going to explode.
Yeah.
And like, things have happened so quick, haven't they? Like, the salon is so busy, the team is growing so quickly. It's all these social media blowing up. It's all these exciting, thriving things, stuff that I've chased for so fucking long. And now it's happening. I've almost been like, whoa.
Well, like it's all
Whoa.
overwhelming. It's all coming in at once, one after the other. You know?
Literally. One after another. And like, and also I do want to apologise to people who have really supported me and followed me, even people who I've never met. If you have been in my diary and I've had to cancel you, please know I've done that for up here. I've not done that personally. I've not done it for whatever, but I do have to look after me. And it's not until I seen them signs where I thought, holy shit, I'm having a wobble here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's recognising
Yeah.
it. And that's, I think, what you're saying. It's important
Yeah.
to recognise it and
Yeah.
get help. I was managed to self-help by fucking everyone off in my diary and starting again.
Yeah. But you need that though to
Yeah,
ground yourself, and
definitely.
you can't get things done if you don't feel 100%.
Definitely. And I tell you what, some of the abuse I've got for it. I had someone who messaged saying, because I'm no longer doing hair, I've never even met this person, I've had a consultation with them,
Yeah.
who said I destroyed their self-esteem.
What?
Like, I'm really, really sorry. And I've been dead transparent with people. I've said, like, look, my mental health, my household's suffering, my girls
Yeah.
are suffering.
Yeah.
Like, even this podcast was suffering because I was just so overwhelmed by everything. And it's like, the minute I got home, my phone went on the side and my head went under the quilt, and that was me for the night. And that's not me, you know.
No.
Like, I'm like, bum, bum, bum. So I was dead transparent and said, like, my mental health's bad, blah, blah, blah. I can't take responsibility for your self-esteem. I'm a hairdresser and I will do my absolute best when you're in my chair.
Mm-hmm.
But right now is not the time for me to be doing new people and taking that responsibility on, because that's just going to make it fucking worse.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Kyle, if you cancel my Tuesday appointment next week, you'll absolutely destroy my self-esteem.
Well, Rachel, you're definitely in. Right then, so thank you so much, Summer,
Thank
for
you
coming
for having
on.
me.
I've absolutely loved it, and I'll definitely have you on again because we just vibe, don't we?
We do vibe.
Yeah, and if you would like to be involved, I know I've already given the email the number, but I'm going to give it again because I'm a repetitive kind of guy. The email is thatsalonpodcast@gmail.com, and because there's no Isabel, I'm going to get the number up again.
While Kyle's doing that, I'll just say if anyone could follow us, we're on socials at That Salon. What's it called on Instagram? God, we need Izzy. That was easy. Instagram is at That Salon Podcast. It's doing well, Instagram. If you head over there, you'll see like pictures that we put on throughout the week and stuff like that. You might see like who's coming up next, things like that. Just give us a comment. Let us know how you've on the YouTube as well. Comment on the YouTube. We'll always reply. We'll always read them, even if it's not Kyle reading them. We'll always read them.
Yeah, and subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
And also, guys, I did just want to throw it out there as well on the back of that what Rachel just said. If you would like to be on the show, send us a message and we'll see if we can vibe, or if you fit the theme that we're going for. Do it. Why not? What have you got to lose?
We're in the northwest of England, so we have had a couple of requests of people who live in like Ireland and
Yeah,
stuff
in Scotland,
like that.
yeah.
You have to be able to get to the northwest of
Yeah,
England.
and I'm not paying for accommodation.
No.
You've got a couch. Like,
Yeah.
You can sleep here.
Yeah, so the number to get in touch with us via WhatsApp is 07356 086 509. 07356 086 509. So now we're done. I've been telling Isabel all day. So me, Rachel, and Summer, P. Louise, and Lacey Turner from EastEnders who play Stacey, we're all going to go to the zoo now
Yeah,
and
we're
feed
going
the
to the
giraffes
zoo now.
without Isabel. Bye.
Bye.
That's Salon Podcast.